Hello, I'm Sophie and I'm going to talk about my financial situation as a full-time student, going from full-time employment to part-time employment and studying. Basically, because it's my second degree, I didn't get any support from the local education authority in terms of a loan, a bursary or a grant. What I did get was the National Student Loan, and I got that full student loan because I'm a mature student and I'm entitled to not have my parents' income assessed. So that was pretty good, and that covers my rent, which was really useful. My other ways of supporting myself, I've got a part-time job. I work 16 hours a week in a restaurant, which balances quite well with university work. Because it's a restaurant, it's very flexible with my hours. It works very well around the degree. So I would definitely recommend getting a part-time job while you're at uni, even if somebody isn't struggling financially to begin with, because the harder it gets at university, the less that you'll want to spend your time working in your part-time job. So it'll be good to have that financial backup. The transition from going from a full-time salary to part-time work was quite difficult, to be honest, because I didn't have to think before about every single pound that was coming out of my bank account, whereas now every single pound that comes out of my bank account, I have to make a note of it. I have to notice it. And the way that I kind of manage my money is that I have a financial diary, which is not as kind of strict as it sounds. It's more of for myself, so I know where my money is going and I know how much money I've got week to week. Basically what I do is just write week to week how much money I've got coming in that week, in terms of how many hours I've worked the week before and how much money is going out in that week for bills and things. But yeah, basically every single pound that I earn from my part-time job covers my fees. So I know that that money isn't something for me to touch. That's, my fees money. The university have also been quite good in terms of how and when I pay my university fees. They've allowed me to spread the cost over a number of months so that it wasn't coming out in big bulks. My employer, because I'm employed in a restaurant, they don't really support me financially in terms of the degree, but had I stayed in my job up in Scotland, which was associated with the degree I'm doing deaf studies, and I was working for a deaf organisation, I think that they pretty much would have supported me in some way financially. So I would recommend that if you were going from full-time work to part-time and your degree was linked to your job, definitely explore that avenue of asking your employers to support you financially through the degree. And the other massive recommendation that I would give to people, which I wish I'd done at the start of the degree, it's 7-8 months into it now, but is to go to a website called funderfinder.co.uk, and this is only available at education institutions, and basically you enter all your information and then all the trusts and grants and bursaries that you're eligible for, it comes up as a list and then you can apply for them. So far I've applied for about 30 and I've had a few rejection letters, but a few are still in the process of them and a few are still wanting a little bit more information and interviews and things, so it looks very promising. Yeah, so I think one of the biggest setbacks you can feel from going from full-time work to part-time or even no work, if you want to be completely full-time immersion in your course at uni, is to just make a note of what you're spending and what's going out, because then you'll feel more in control of your money. And yeah.